The winning number this time, last three numbers are 4, 6, 7. Who's our winner? What's your name? Alicia? All right.
Did you get her name?
Alicia. Okay.
Pick an envelope, any envelope. Tell us what you
$25 for Safeway.
All right. And thank you to both Giant and Safeway. All right. The lunch meals, Ron, I'll just talk about that real quick.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we're looking at providing, the PTSA providing money for some of the kids that are coming to school without breakfast or lunch and without money for lunch. So we've got, I think Dr. Chapman said 30 children are homeless, and so we're trying to help out in that way, in any way we can, really. So yeah.
They don't qualify for the pre-introduced.
There's a whole thing with that where some of them the families haven't filled out the forms. Yeah, so it's just one of those things that happens. It's thrown on the schools, so we're trying to help out as whatever way we can. You did the update on the mentoring program.
Yes.
Yeah, did that. Kids, the students that are here, any questions? Gabrielle, you had a question, didn't you? No? Okay. Any questions from the students that are present? No?
Anything you need, or you rather have, or you want to see? Sure, Change.
Yeah, just for any kids that are watching this, we want you to come here. If you have questions or concerns that you've had in the school, bring them to the meetings. Yeah, Crystal. Oh, wait a minute, hang on a second. This is just like Oprah.
Why does the bell ring so early for like 6th graders?
Why?
The bell rings so early for us.
Which bell? The morning bell?
The first one. No, it's like the
Hold the microphone so you can. Yeah.
The afternoon. It just rings too early.
Is this the bell to dismiss for the evening?
No.
Something all day.
Oh, we'll let Ms. Clark answer that one.
Okay, so because we have so many students in the building, we typically dismiss the 6th graders first because we want to afford them the opportunity to get to their classes on time without being mixed in and intermingled with the 7th and 8th graders. And so she's correct, the bell rings first for the 6th graders to be dismissed, and after they get into their classes, the next bell is for 7th and 8th graders.
So that's to help them get acquainted with the schedule since it's their first year here? Yeah.
Okay. Good question, Kristen.
How comes you don't got recess?
That's a very good question. And unless you have an answer for that one.
Mr. Young?
Although, Ron, aren't you looking into the president's physical fitness thing? Yeah, because, come on up.
We're looking into that because I agree with you. All kids should have PE of some kind. I've been in contact with the Presidential Council for Physical Fitness and Nutrition. They've been in touch with Dr. Chapman. They're coming out here to the school. They're going to do an assessment. They're going to also meet with the phys ed health teachers. Which one is it? Phys ed or health?
Maybe both, because they're kind of working.
Okay. They're meeting with them to work out a regimen for the kids so that they can get the physical fitness that they need. PTSA has also, from my understanding, last year offered to buy a Wii for the school. None of the paperwork has been signed off by the PE health teacher. But Mike and I was talking about it, and it's like, okay, how's that gonna benefit 31 students and 31 people in a classroom? The only thing I can see that you can actually do is the one where it does the physical fitness. So I don't know. We knew we gotta buy 4 remote controllers, or we're gonna try and figure out who gets to use it, and at what point in time do they get to use it? Because if it's 31 kids in a classroom, somebody's coming up short. So, but we are looking into it. We're willing to pay for it. This just gotta work out a way where it's fair for everybody that's in that classroom. So if the physical fitness part of it is the only part they're gonna do, that's fine too. But, I mean, is that what the phys ed teacher wanna do? I haven't spoken with the phys ed teacher yet to find out, but I do know from what I've been told, they offered this last year. We're offering again this year. So we're just waiting to hear back. So that, because these kids do need physical education.
My other question was, why do they give 2-hour detentions if you're late to class?
Why do they do what?
They give you 2-hour detention if you're late to class. Because I don't understand why 2 hours detention.
Are you talking about the after-school detention?
Yeah, like,
For after-school detention for the hall sweep.
You said, why do they give it if you're late to class twice?
No, I said, why do they give hall sweeps? They give you 2 hours of detention.
That's just what the consequence is. I'm not sure how to answer that.
Well, one of the things that we have to do is give a consequence for students that are late to class. We can't just pat you guys on the hand and say, oh, it's okay, go to class. Giving you guys detention, that's probably the first consequence. But giving you guys detention is supposed to deter you or stop you from getting to class late. So that's just one of the consequences. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question, but it's, okay.
But now, is that first time late, 2 hours?
I don't think so. I think the first time they're given the hall sweep pass and they have to go to class. I don't think it's the first time. I'm pretty sure it's not the first time. Because I haven't witnessed that. I've only been here for 2
Right, I
years.
know.
Yeah,
We've
what's-
only had one hall sweep.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Cindy.
Cindy? Cindy asked the question, and what we'll just try to do is at the next meeting clarify that, yeah. But it is, you know, it is one of those non-curriculum lessons about consequences. You know, as far as the weight of it, we'll try to get that clarified at the next
Pretty
meeting.
sure it's not the first time.
Yeah.
It has to be a repeated offense.
A repeated offense.
Parents' questions. Any parents or family members here that have any questions? And, yeah. I need a runner here, Ron. Again, it's important that we use these microphones so the camera can pick it up. If you could.
Hello, I had a question regarding after-school activities and how the kids are to get home. I understand that on Tuesdays there is an after-school bus. What is the radius in which they are supposed to drop off children to, like, at their homes? To my understanding, it's 1 mile.
I want to get clarification on that before I answer that.
Okay. I asked that question because 2 weeks ago, my son stayed after school on a Tuesday for, I think, newspaper or, you know, something after school, and he was dropped off way more than 2 miles. He told the bus driver, hey, I don't live here, I live, you know, way down, you know, in the neighborhood, you know, totally neighborhood. And they said, no, we're getting off here.
Right.
Well, and just so happened my mother was coming up the street. It was getting dark. The time hadn't changed yet, but if it had, it would have been dark. So I'm a little deterred. I'm, you know, thinking like, okay, unless I can come pick him up, he won't be